Into us. Cooperatives.
Cooperatives.
Where?
Here. Everywhere.
We thank God for that. Now, first, let me welcome all of you. I know I've met a couple, and there are those I have not met. And the director has said so much in terms of laying a foundation about why we are here. But basically, what I just want to say is, as the minister charged with supervising this sector, and given the vision of Mr. President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, in his manifesto, that farm cooperatives will be a top priority. I went down to examine this, and of course we are all aware that in terms of the statistics, even at the global level, the agricultural cooperatives is more than 40% of the total cooperative operations. And in Nigeria, it is even more than that.
It's 80%.
So it's very obvious that Mr. President wants us to develop the agricultural cooperatives and cooperatives generally, whether agriculture or not, because even the ones that are talking about the housing, mostly members will be those who are actually involved in agricultural activities and the like. So our duty is well set out. This is the vision of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. And when we set to have this meeting today, it did not even dawn on me today is the second year anniversary of his coming on board. So shall we say, cop to Mr. President?
Cooperatives.
Cooperatives. And I want to say that by the understanding I have, honestly, the number one cooperator in Nigeria is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He understands the value of the cooperative movement, what cooperatives can do, and you know his vision for Nigeria is very clear. He wants a country that is stable and prosperous. A country where economic growth is inclusive. And that is why in his Renewed Hope agenda, you could see the deliberate selection of the area of focus. Food security is top, because if you cannot feed your people, then your sovereignty is not guaranteed. And that's why Mr. President is talking about food sovereignty today. And in his Nigeria First policy, he said, let us consume what we produce and produce what we consume. And you agree with me that if food security is to succeed, and if we are to transform our food system, the role of the cooperative societies in this area cannot be overemphasized. Now, if you talk about economic growth and job creation, here also, the cooperative societies have the innate capacity to mobilize capital, mobilize resources, and carry out meaningful economic activities that is productive and profitable to the welfare of their own members. Because the profit of the cooperative society is not the classical profit of the capitalist, is it? Yes. It is the welfare of your member that is your own profit. Now, if you are talking about inclusivity, the best place where you can see everybody included is in cooperatives. Membership is not restricted. When you come in, it is voluntary. So when you agree to be part of it, you agree to be part of it. And those who are in this game, they know themselves. That's the beauty. So if they are bad, it means bad people will be the one to form cooperative. But have you ever seen that?
No.
It's good people who form cooperatives. So, if you go on again, one of the renewed hope agenda is talking about access to capital. You can understand that if you know what is happening in some of the cooperative societies in our MDAs, in the ministries, departments, and agencies. Many people bought their first car from what?
Cooperative.
That is access to capital. Some of them are able to build their houses from what?
Cooperatives.
That's access to capital. So cooperative societies still are able to attend to that. And anti-corruption. The nature of the cooperative society, if it is allowed to run the way it is packaged, it's difficult for you to corruptly enrich yourself with cooperative money. So, overall, when all of these things are guaranteed, will there be insecurity? So you can see the cooperative society or the cooperative sector has capacity to contribute to all the 8-point agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR if done correctly. And my task here is to ensure that the cooperative movement in Nigeria is reformed, is revamped, and positioned to do what it can do better. Now, since I came on board, I realized I need a lot of support. And of course, I appointed Victor Oyeboke as my special assistant on cooperative and farmer welfare. Now, the whole task was, how do we get this reform and revamp program going? I needed somebody who would be my own full soldier too, to work together with the cooperative department so that we can achieve some mileage. A lot has happened, and I set up a ministerial technical working group on this reform and revamp. A lot of meetings are taking place. Some of you here will have been part of that meeting. But then we got to the stage in which I needed us to have international best practice. And it was decided that we should go for a study tour to Kenya. And here I want to thank the European Union that obliged us support for some part of the team who will be going for that study tour. And along the line, we opened it up and allow other cooperators with interest to self-sponsor themselves. And I think overall we ended up with, is it 13 or 15 members?
Yes, sir.
13 people who went for that study tour in Kenya. And they brought a report which was very encouraging. Now, what we have done is first, the technical working group made a presentation. We also did stakeholder engagement in Federal Cooperative College, Kaduna, Federal Cooperative College, Oju River, Federal Cooperative College, Ibadan. And here, all the leaders of the cooperative societies, for Kaduna, it was the northern zone. Then for Oju River, it was the south-south and the southeast. While for the southwest, in Ibadan. The whole of this was for us to get response, because this reform and revamp is a bottom-up reform and revamp, not a top-down. I don't have any specific things. After all, those who wear the shoes know where it pinches more. So that is why we had all of this elaborate process of getting information through those who are operating. Now, members of the technical working group are drawn from the various cooperative societies at both national and state levels, and even the diaspora, because we had members who are cooperators who are in the diaspora, up to about 6 of them who participated. And the bulk of the ideas that were coming out were ideas synthesized from all of these stakeholder engagement. But then I also realized that there are some hidden issues. And that's why I felt it's high time for us to come together again. I'm not in a rush, but I'm also in a haste. So you can understand, I want to see results. This is 2 years. The next 2 years, whatever story we have cooked in the first 2 years, we must allow it to be seen out there. That is when Nigerians will know we are serious and committed. And I've pledged to Mr. President that the reform of the cooperative society and the revamp will be one of the very, very important milestones as far as the transformation of the Nigerian economy is concerned, because the cooperative sector has a lot to contribute. Findings from the global cooperative sector to the African cooperative sector showed clearly we're talking about trillion economy. And you know, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said Nigeria's economy, he wants it to be a $1 trillion economy. And just yesterday, on our platform, one of our colleagues, specifically the Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, shared a projection of Nigeria's economy over the next 50 years, by which time only God knows the number of us who are here who will be there, because we're talking about 2075. So, some people who are here will be there up to that time, but I doubt if we will be there. But I want us to be there. How? By the legacy we are going to plant today. If we are not there physically, let's be there by the positive actions we are taking today. And in that 2075 that they are talking about, let me see if I can